to the teams. Like,
It is, yeah, but Jets fans at the moment are kind of...
I sort of feel for the Jets. I sort of don't. I like. Actually, no, I do feel for them because the Jaguars are a much better team than the Jets. So,
Yeah.
right. What are we calling this week?
Just gotta check the audio's going.
Week 15.
Just gotta check the audio's going. Yeah, okay, it sounds like the audio's going. So it's gonna be...
Cool. I think we're all good.
What did you say? Wait, the Jets won?
The Jets won. Right. Shall I hit that intro?
Just gonna check. Sound.
Cool. I think we're all good.
What did you say? Yeah, okay, that sounds good to me.
Awesome. Welcome to Flag on the Play. Woo! Enthusiasm.
Oh,
yeah, welcome to week. What are we? This week 15.
This is week 15's just happened.
Okay. Oh, I need to change.
So it's kind of end of week 15.
I need to redo the
beginning of week 16. Really? Yeah, you do need to redo the title.
Because...
Oh, there's some interesting games this week.
Yeah, so
some really interesting games.
I'm a good lover of repetition, you know, and so you know kind of how our titles stay the same most weeks. But this week I've gone for week 15 shocks because there've been quite a few this week.
Ooh.
Right, here we go. There we go. Has that updated all right?
Yes, it has. Yeah.
Beautiful.
Awesome.
Yeah, it's because we had the Steelers losing their third in a row.
Yeah.
The Washington almost beat Seattle, but didn't quite.
That was disappointing. I really wanted them to.
Yeah. The Jets won. Like.
Yeah. Wow.
That was quite. Yeah, that was something.
I wasn't going to talk about this, but I've just seen the Seahawks record. They're the worst 10-4 team in the league.
I would say the Bucks are probably close as well. Personally,
right, they're 9-5.
Yeah, same thing. Who else? The Raiders lost again.
Yeah, Bills absolutely smashed the Broncos. Wasn't expecting anything else, to be honest.
It was fun to watch.
Yeah.
Cardinals Eagles was good.
Falcons choked again. Falcons choked hard.
Really bad.
And I think it's time for Matt Ryan to move on.
I don't think they can though. Have you seen his contract? You've got.
I can look it up.
Websites up. And also, I think mentality-wise, yeah, he's probably lost it. But in terms of kind of pure, kind of quarterback ability, I think he's pretty good.
He's good. Okay.
He's okay.
So after this year, that's
I appreciate your honesty, Matt, that you got the Steelers going 0-16 drastically wrong. And to be fair, we said it too. To be fair, we were with you on that one. Right.
Yeah. So Matt Ryan carries 50 million dead cap next season.
I didn't realize it was that
season.
Bad.
He carried 75 this year.
That's.
Yeah, he only carries 26.5 in 2022. That's 5 years, $150 million dollar contract signed in 2018.
Gosh.
He becomes an unrestricted free agent in 2024.
Oh, Falcons.
his potential outs at 2022,
Okay.
where he'll still carry a 26 million dead cap, but yeah,
That's not great.
it's not. It's
Yeah,
really not.
Brady does love a good comeback against the Falcons. Also, Patriots weren't far off this week, Matt. Like, they played well against the Dolphins for 3 quarters, then decided to give up.
They scored 12 points, which I think, if you're trying to get to the playoffs and you're scoring that many points, you're not going to have a good game.
No. But
You're not going to have a good day.
If their defense did well enough to keep them in it for
Yeah.
most of the game. Most of is the key word there.
I want to see who the Patriots play.
Yeah,
next.
Jags getting first pick. So a few things we're going to talk about tonight. I want to talk about that first overall pick. I'm a Jags fan, so I'm going to talk about my opinion on that. But also, kind of, my opinion on that, and we'll get to it later, is the Jags should trade away that pick. So we'll talk about who might they trade with.
Patriots play the Bills and then the Jets. So 8-8's not looking likely.
Interesting. So the other things we can talk about: Pro Bowl voting finished. Yeah, Bears did beat Vikings. We can talk Pro Bowl voting, to talk some playoffs.
The Pro Bowl annoys me so much.
Yeah.
Honestly.
We're gonna. Other thing we can talk about is sportsmanship this week and is TikTok ruining the NFL?
Oh, okay.
Well, I'm not gonna. Well, no, we're not gonna talk about it. But
yes, it is.
But yes, it is.
Steelers have more TikToks than catches.
Yeah, I know. Where should we start?
I want to start Pro Bowl voting.
Yes.
Yeah. Honestly, it's so bad.
Yeah.
Have you seen the roster?
Yeah, I've seen them. Did you know there are? Oh, I'm trying to remember the number exactly. I can't remember the number exactly.
4 teams with 7 players.
14. I was also going to say I think there are five teams with no players, and that's kind
I'm
of
not surprised.
Like I understand that not every team is going to have a Pro Bowl player, but then but still, that feels like a lot considering you have some really standout players on some not good teams. I'll get to the Jaguars one in a minute. I'm livid. But
right, stop when I say a wrong person. AFC.
Yeah.
Patrick Mahomes, Josh Allen, Deshaun Watson, Derrick Henry, Nick Chubb. What?
Has Deshaun Watson really played that well? That was my question.
He has played pretty well. Where is he?
Yeah, but like top 3 AFC quarterback. Are we really like putting him?
He's second in passing yards.
Is he? Oh, okay.
27 touchdowns, 6 picks. 8.8 yards per pass attempt, which is better than anyone in the league right now.
Yeah, but you're going to put him over Ryan Tannehill.
100, same passer rating as Patrick Mahomes.
Okay. Show me like Tannehill, or tell me Tannehill's stats.
Tannehill, he's been all right. Also, Deshaun Watson, better completion percentage than Patrick Mahomes.
Oh, okay.
And Aaron Rodgers, actually, as well.
Also, give me Mayfield's stats as well.
Okay, so Tannehill has been 66%, 3,500 yards, 31 touchdowns, 5 picks, 110.4 rating. Deshaun Watson's been 110.6, 27 touchdowns, 6 picks, 4,100 yards, and a 70% completion percentage.
Okay.
Baker Mayfield, 64%, 3,000 yards, 25 touchdowns, 8 picks, 99.4 passer rating.
Okay, so we don't put Mayfield in that conversation, but I think Tannehill potential. Like I'm not just saying that Deshaun Watson's a bad QB by any right, but I'm thinking if you're thinking top 3 quarterbacks within the AFC.
Yes, Tannehill was it definitely is a Pro Bowl snub, but also I think Mahomes, Watson, and Allen all deserve to be there.
Yeah. I can see. I think Tannehill will probably be the one to make it in, bearing in mind if one of them gets to the Super Bowl, which I would
absolutely.
which I would suggest either Josh Allen or Mahomes will. So
yeah, no, I'm assuming that as well. But yeah, Derrick Henry, Nick Chubb, Josh Jacobs.
Right, this is where I
Josh Jacobs. Josh Jacobs has been terrible this year. Not terrible.
I don't think it's been terrible, but you've got this is where I get really bothered. James Robinson, not only has he broken a whole load of records as an undrafted rookie this year, was third in the league in rushing yards.
Yeah.
He has less touchdowns than Josh Jacobs, which is fair enough. But I'd be really interested to know how
Josh Jacobs has 163 less yards.
Yeah. But he has, I
three
think,
more touchdowns.
Yeah, but I'd be really interested to know how many of those touchdowns came within the red zone for both of them.
Yeah. James Robinson is 4.5 yards per carry. Josh Jacobs has been 3.7.
Yeah.
Which is really, really poor.
Yeah,
he's had
That really bothers me because I can't. I'm glad you're loving the uniform, Cat. And they've conceded. Yeah, that really. That when I say, kind of, there are 5 teams that didn't make it in. So the Jaguars are one of those, and fair play, Jaguars haven't been great this season, but they've had some really bright sparks in their team, and I feel like they should have and could have gone. You've also got teams like the Panthers. How well have players like Robbie Anderson played? I'm also thinking so the Jets probably again. I don't know. You'd have to look statistically whether any.
Crowder's been all right.
Quinnen Williams, I've read, should.
Quinnen Williams has been all right.
And again, Washington. Chase Young made it. Actually, I lie on that one.
Right. AFC receivers, I kind of agree with, but kind of disagree.
Yeah, go on.
So Tyreek Hill, Stephon Diggs, Keenan Allen, AJ Brown.
AJ Brown's an interesting one.
He's in there purely because of his touchdowns. He's had 10 touchdowns this year. I would put Cole Beasley.
I would potentially put.
Or Corey Davis. Really?
Yeah, it's interesting because the Titans have sort of. They've got a really, really great committee of wide receivers. The Titans, but
Corey Davis has better catch percentage, more yards.
It's difficult to evaluate them.
5 less touchdowns.
Yeah, because they've got a different one shows up every week. It's kind of
yeah, exactly. I think Cole Beasley, to be honest, he's done really well.
Yeah. Also, Matt, I stand by my assessment on the Jags game. We'll get round to it. Right.
Right. Yeah. Continuing with Pro Bowl rosters. Travis Kelce, Darren Waller. Yeah.
Yeah. Simple.
Patrick Ricard at fullback.
Yep. Simple.
Here's where I start to disagree. Laramie Tunsil.
Wait, who's Tunsil playing for? Texans.
Texans.
What?
Yeah.
Well,
exactly.
Okay, give me some stats. Like. Sam the stat man doing his job.
Right. Here we go. Trying to find my right thing. Player stats. Is it not going to show me? No. Okay. Right. Offensive line stats. That's. This could give me. Give me like 5 minutes to find where it breaks it down per player.
Yeah, give me some other names.
Yeah, so tackles: Laramie Tunsil, Eric Fisher, Orlando Brown.
Yeah, I agree with.
Guard: Quentin Nelson, Joel Bitonio, David DeCastro. And at centre, Marquise Pouncey and Ryan Kelly.
Marquise Pouncey, Ryan Kelly. Yes, I think I agree with the rest of those.
Rodney Hudson.
Yeah, that's a good point. Fair play.
Yeah.
We're doing. So Dalvin Cook we'll get round to the NFC in a minute. I think Dalvin Cook's on there. But we're going through AFC because obviously Pro Bowl is done by conference. So
yeah.
So this is the AFC. Dalvin Cook plays for the Vikings, who are in the NFC. So we'll get round to.
Yeah. Okay. I'll give you a defensive line, which I'm not happy with at all. Myles Garrett, Joey Bosa, Frank Clark. Chris Jones, Cam Hayward, Calais Campbell.
Okay, I don't know how well the Chiefs O-line have played. Frank Clark and Chris Jones are good, but I don't actually know how
But
statistically
Frank
they've done.
Clark...
It does seem like an odd one.
Let me get up some stats here.
Cam Hayward, I get. Cam Hayward's been great.
Yeah.
TJ Watt, again, great. Who else was on that list?
Yeah. Myles Garrett.
Yeah, Myles Garrett, fair play. He's done well this year.
Right. Chris Jones has been alright. 6.5 sacks, 4 TFLs, 3 pass deflections, and 2 forced fumbles.
Okay.
I think I have to keep on going down to find Frank Clark.
Yeah, I was going to say, Frank Clark seems like an odd one.
Yeah. Keep on going down. Keep on going down.
2 hours later.
I don't even think he's the next KC player.
That's kind of crazy.
No, here he is. Okay. 5 sacks, 7 TFLs, 2 pass deflections.
Okay, so about the same as Chris Jones.
Worse.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, slightly worse. He's had less tackles.
Okay.
Yeah. That's for the end when you think Emmanuel Ogba,
yeah,
who has 9 sacks, 11 TFLs, 5 pass deflections, 3 forced fumbles, 40 tackles, the end from Miami.
Yeah. Yeah. How's have the Colts D-line been any good this year?
Oh yeah, they've been great.
Any of them?
Justin Houston, Denico Autry, DeForest Buckner. DeForest Buckner's been incredible. 52 tackles, 7.5 sacks, 11 TFLs, a pass deflection, 2 forced fumbles. One of those he recovered.
Okay, where's he?
That's
on the
better
list?
That's Joey. To put that into context, Joey Bosa only has 39 tackles, same amount of sacks. He has 4 more TFLs, same amount of pass deflections, no forced fumbles.
That's crazy, isn't it? It's just
so DeForest Buckner has Joey Bosa production, and isn't in the. Yeah. Okay. To continue, Calais Campbell as well has been terrible.
Yeah, I was thinking this. Calais Campbell, isn't there like another Ravens guy in there? Or am I just...
Yeah, Matt Judon.
Okay, how well has Judon done?
I'm going to have to go a long way down. Right, Matthew Judon has 5 sacks, 7 TFLs, 41 tackles, 2 pass deflections. So you can kind of make a case, but you can't really. Calais Campbell, 27 tackles, 4 sacks, 6 TFLs, 6 pass deflections.
Yeah.
He's 30th in the AFC in sacks.
Well, this is what is I can't wrap my head around.
Let me just put here JJ Watt.
Yeah, that's a good shout as well.
46 tackles, 5 sacks, 14 TFLs, 7 pass deflections, an interception for a touchdown, 2 forced fumbles, 1 recovery. Like, come on. Yeah, go to outside linebackers. You've got TJ Watt, Bradley Chubb, Matt Judon.
Yeah.
Bradley Chubb.
I stand by.
He's been all right. 42 tackles, 7.5 sacks, 11 TFLs.
Yeah, I think I would put him on there. Just.
Yeah. Was that Bradley Chubb? Yeah, that was Bradley Chubb I was reading. Good. Then Darius Leonard, Tremaine Edmonds, solid. I agree with that.
Yeah. For those wondering, well, we will talk about this at length later. The reason that these are so far up, like we're just essentially here reading off stats and who should be on there statistically. The reason that this is the case is that nobody cares about stats. It's a fan vote.
Yeah.
And so the teams with
that's
the most...
the thing. That it is a fan vote, but that only counts for a third of the votes.
Yeah.
It then goes to players and coaches.
Yeah.
And so it's who's the most popular, essentially, of the NFL.
Yeah. It's like
And so you get players like Frank Clark being here for no reason. Calais Campbell being there. I mean, Laramie Tunsil hasn't had a good year.
Yeah, Calais Campbell's a great guy. Like, fair enough.
Yeah.
But it does just show you that the majority of people can't be bothered to find out who the genuine best player is.
Yeah. Here's there's another one coming up you'll be annoyed with. Cornerbacks Xavier Howard, Tre'Davious White, Marlon Humphrey, Stephon Gilmore. He's not even the best cornerback in his team.
Yeah, like why is JC Jackson not on there?
Yeah, JC Jackson's made potential defensive player of the year conversation.
Yeah,
and you're putting Mr. Where is he?
Stephon Gilmore. It just shows you that even the players kind of are voting for the people that they literally get voted in because people know who they
Mr.
are.
One pick this season.
That's kind of crazy.
37 tackles, 1 pick.
That's yeah, I agree, Matt. I think it's like these guys are considered great because of their general play, not because of actually how well they played this season. Like, and we were talking about this with MVP as well, weren't we? That these are badges of honor that we give players, and actually, what's the point?
Yeah, if you think
what's the point in having
you measure a person, you measure when you're looking back on a player's career, how many Pro Bowls did they get? How many times All Pro were they? It's that sort of thing that you think, oh wait, he was popular 7 times this year.
Yeah.
Or something. And you think, Frank Clark, he doesn't deserve a Pro Bowl vote this year.
No.
Stephon Gilmore doesn't deserve a Pro Bowl vote. JC Jackson absolutely does.
Yeah.
Deserve a Pro Bowl vote. Like, what's happening there?
Yeah. And it's such a shame for players who actually deserve it. Like, you think of James Robinson, 3rd in the league in rushing yards. 3rd.
Yeah.
Like, that's... So that's what blows my mind is you've got 3 AFC and 3 NFC kind of rushers going to the playoffs. Who are the 2 above him? And in rushing yards.
Rushing yards is Derrick Henry and Dalvin Cook.
Dalvin Cook. So on rushing yards purely, he should be the second best, almost at least the second best AFC rusher. But he's not.
Yeah. If you look at the top 6, he's the only one who, in rushing yards, he's the only one who didn't make the Pro Bowl.
It's just...
And he's 3rd. It's silly.
But I think that... So who have we got? We got Derrick Henry... Who was it? Josh Jacobs
and Nick Chubb. Take out Josh Jacobs, I think.
Yeah, no, absolutely. No, I'm just wondering if any of those will get to the Super Bowl and he'll come in.
Josh Jacobs' longest rushing attempt has been 24 yards.
That's a bit sad.
Yeah.
I think you make a really good case, Matt, as well, because as far as I'm aware, the NBA All-Star Game, don't play it. Isn't that just... That's not fan-voted. That's just players drafting their own teams. Maybe
I think it's big fan vote, but I believe it's the 2 most fan voted, or the most fan voted person from each conference picks a team.
Oh, I see.
Out of highly fan voted.
I see. But even then, that's a better...
I believe that's what it is, anyway.
That's still a better system. Like, quite considerably.
Yeah. But yeah, no, safeties are okay for AFC. Minka Fitzpatrick, Justin Simmons, Tyrann Mathieu.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's solid.
Yeah.
Specialists, I don't really care about the specialists here. They don't seem too great.
Who are they?
Morgan Cox from the Ravens.
Don't know who it is.
Long snapper. Jake Bailey, punter from the Patriots. Justin Tucker, yes.
Yeah.
Andre Roberts, returner for the Bills. Special teamer Matthew Slater for the Patriots.
Yeah. Okay. Sure.
Sure.
Sure. Yeah. Yeah. Go on. I don't think there's any
NFC where's it's at, really.
Yeah. Yeah.
Aaron Rodgers, Russell Wilson, Kyler Murray. Yeah. Dalvin Cook, Alvin Kamara, Aaron Jones.
Yes.
Alvin Kamara,
Who else would you put in there?
David Montgomery, Ronald Jones.
I wouldn't put Ronald Jones. I might put David Montgomery.
Ronald Jones has been great. 5 yards a carry, 900 yards, 6 touchdowns.
Oh, fair play.
Kenyon Drake's been really good. I quite like Miles Sanders. I do get Alvin Kamara's done lots of different things.
Give me some stats. Give me some stats. Who's leading out of those in touchdowns?
Let me go. Rushing touchdowns, Kyler Murray. No. Alvin Kamara has 10 touchdowns.
Okay, fair. Yeah.
Rushing.
He's probably got some receiving production as well, hasn't he?
Yeah, he's. Let me go have that look at that quickly.
Yes, our good old friend Gunner. There was still a Patriot on there, Matt.
Yeah, Kamara has 700 receiving yards and 5 touchdowns. So yeah,
there you go. I was going to say
massive, actually. Yeah,
there we go. Yeah, fair play to Kamara.
So yeah, wide receivers I totally get as well. Devontae Adams, DeAndre Hopkins, DK, and Justin Jefferson. Yeah.
Yeah, no,
and now we get to my problem. The tight end position.
Yeah.
TJ Hawkinson, yeah, he's been great. He's been pretty good.
He has actually, yeah, he has.
Solid production. Deserves to be Pro Bowl. Yeah. Evan Engram.
Yeah, this is a big problem. This is ridiculous on every level possible.
To give you, TJ Hawkinson has about 700 yards, 6 touchdowns.
Yeah.
The next, Evan Engram has 572, 1 touchdown.
Yeah.
He also has a rushing touchdown.
Okay.
He has caught 54 of 95.
Oof. That's
the next tight end receiving yards list. Logan Thomas, 62 of 91, more respectable. 5 touchdowns, only 2 less yards.
Logan Thomas.
He's Washington. Yeah. My particular tight end vote would go to Robert Tonyan.
Yeah, the Robert Tonyan one is ridiculous.
49 catches off of 55 targets.
I was going to say something. How many
551 yards, 10 touchdowns.
Yeah. That's just... that blows my mind. And it just shows you that people... I think that's what it shows you, is that people aren't willing to do their research. They're just willing to kind of pick the guy they want.
I mean, if you look at the most the fan vote tight ends, Evan Engram isn't even up there. Like, the New York Giants fans didn't vote for him.
Oh wow!
Because he's had the most drops for any tight end since entering the league.
Gosh, that's not great.
Yeah, and so he's been kind of. It makes no sense. It's like they went, let's pick the 2 tight ends with the highest amount of yardage at this point.
It's
silly.
It's really silly. I don't understand why. I'm in disbelief because I don't understand why people can't. 1, just can't do their research. 2, how did they not know? Yeah, 10 touchdowns. Like,
that's more than Calvin Ridley is getting, wide receiver. It's more than Justin Jefferson.
Yeah.
Gone to Pro Bowl. More than DeAndre Hopkins.
Yeah. It just... Oh, yeah. I can't...
Yeah.
I think the AFC defenders voted him so they could have an easy game.
It's the same amount of touchdowns that DK Metcalf got. Or has currently. Yeah. And he didn't get voted to Pro Bowl.
It is absolutely ridiculous.
Yeah. And it may come off as Green Bay bias, but I don't care. He deserves the Pro Bowl.
No, I absolutely agree. 10 touchdowns is all you have to say there, because he leads...
Yeah.
Does he lead tight ends? If not, he'll be second.
I believe so, but Travis Kelce might be in the way.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I was wondering. But it
Um,
just, yeah,
Okay, Travis Kelce also has 10.
yeah. That says all you need, really, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Like,
I mean, he has half the yardage, but
but Kelsey's leading the entire league. Like,
yeah.
It's.
Yeah, yeah. Carl Juszczyk, fullback, solid.
Yeah, love use check.
Yeah. Gronk shouldn't have been to the Pro Bowl.
No.
He would have been kind of like the fourth person you put over Engram. But yeah, no.
Yeah, I don't think Gronk's done enough this season.
Tackles make sense here. David Bakhtiari, absolutely solid. Trent Williams has been incredible.
Trent Williams,
Teron
good.
Armstead has been good.
Yeah.
Guards are good. Brandon Scherf,
Yeah.
Elgton Jenkins,
Yeah.
absolutely love that man. He's great. He's been playing centre for the past couple of weeks. Because Corey Linsley's went out injured a couple of weeks ago. Andrus Peat for the Saints as well.
Yeah.
Centre might be where I have my problem. Jason Kelce.
I don't think you're allowed to put any Eagles linemen on this list. Let's be honest.
No.
Let's.
No, I think
Jason Kelce
Frank
might be the one.
Ragnow
Yes, that's a great pick. Yeah.
is on there.
Oh, okay. Who else would you put on that list?
I put Corey Lindsey, even though he's on IR at the moment.
I would put Buccaneers. Try to remember who's on the Bucks.
I'm trying to.
Buccaneers have had a great O-line this year. They probably should have got some recognition here.
Ryan Jensen.
Yeah, potentially.
But yeah, I think Saints centre maybe Eric McCoy has done well. Let's have a look here. Yeah, Frank Ragnow got Pro Bowl. I think he's out at the moment, and he got Pro Bowl.
Is.
Corey Lindsey was the best centre in the NFL until he went out and didn't get a Pro Bowl vote. And
I think because he's injured as well. I think
because he's injured, yeah.
I think that's a difficult one because if he's like, you want to give him the Pro Bowl, but if he's injured and missed a majority part of the season, and then
he's only missed. I think he's missed 3 games now.
Is he coming back or?
He's on IR at the moment. I'm not sure when he's returning.
Yeah, that would be my concern.
I do get that, but it's sad because he has been the best centre in football this year.
Absolutely.
And that's not just from a Packers standpoint. It may sound like it, but it's not. It was an MCL tear, so probably not going to come back. But yeah, no, players like Ali Marpet from the
yeah, that's another good one.
Bucks, yeah. Yeah, no, I think Eric McCoy's done well.
Yeah.
As well, should have got one.
Oh well, we'll move on.
Yeah. On to defense, and this is where I have more problems.
Yes, this is a massive problem. I've looked at
this is the worst. Just right. Okay, so we start off Cameron Jordan. No.
I think
no,
you could.
No.
I think
Trey Hendrickson.
No, I agree. I'll get there, but I think you can't put Cam Jordan in without Trey Hendrickson. I think you can. I think Cam Jordan could potentially still go in there, but
yeah.
I think the fact that you've just completely missed Trey Hendrickson is ridiculous.
Yes. Cam Jordan has played well enough to get in. Just about.
Just about, yeah.
He's got probably about half of Trey Hendrickson's production.
Yeah.
This year. Trey Hendrickson has 12.5 sacks.
Mm-hmm.
Where's TFLs? Come on. It's not showing me TFLs. 32 pressures. Where's tackles? Yeah, and 24 tackles. If we find Cam Jordan. Right, okay. 6.5 sacks, 24 pressures.
Yeah.
47 tackles. So it's been alright.
Yeah.
There's not been great, though. Whereas Trey Hendrickson is one of your league leaders in sacks.
Yeah.
Also has 13 TFLs. If I can find. Yeah, Cam Jordan has 12. what happened there.
Yeah. I'm going to stop repeating myself, saying people stop looking at the stats. Just assume whenever we say that one person's better than another, we've looked at the stats and we're like, why?
Yeah.
or don't
here's
believe
another
us and
one.
go find them yourself. Fair play.
Brandon Graham made the Pro Bowl
Again,
for the Eagles.
Again, Eagles defense hasn't been awful. I will say that. They've been up and down. They've had some good moments, had their bad moments. But
Let's say Brandon Graham's his production's very similar to Cameron Jordan, and we're saying Cameron Jordan shouldn't.
That's exactly what I was
Pro
going to
Bowl.
say. There's probably lots of people in that area that you're like, okay.
Fletcher Cox also got to the Pro Bowl with the same level of production.
Yeah, exactly. There's got to be... Are there other people that are better than that? That's why I'm interested. We've said Trey Hendrickson already.
Right, if I can go to NFC. Leonard Williams. 8.5 sacks, 13 TFLs.
Yeah,
49 tackles.
I was going to say...
Romeo Okwara.
Yeah.
8 sacks, 12 TFLs, 41 tackles.
Yeah.
Brian Burns, 8 sacks, 11 TFLs, 56 tackles.
Yeah.
All doing better than 7 sacks. Look, Brandon Graham is getting close to those numbers, but still, you've got kind of 3 players there.
Yeah.
At the end alone.
Also, just saying, this is where my problem comes in. The Jaguars, we had that top 3 rusher who should be, in the Pro Bowl. Panthers didn't get anyone into the Pro Bowl.
No.
And Brian Burns.
To be fair, yeah, Brian Burns should have got in, I believe. Fletcher Cox is kind of the next best tackle, D tackle.
Okay.
But David Onyemata's been really good. Had the similar sort of production. And Ndamukong Suh has been pretty good. You have to go all the way down to find Grady Jarrett.
Yeah.
4 sacks, 10 TFLs.
Oh wait, Grady Jarrett's in?
48. Yeah.
Why? What? Who's the?
I know. 4 sacks, 10 TFLs,
if...
48 tackles.
It's almost as if they're basing it on last year.
Yeah. You know who? Yeah, Akeem Hicks has the similar sort of production, and he didn't get in.
Probably should have.
Michael Brockers has done really well. Ndamukong Suh's done well, as I said. David Onyemata. Yeah.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Outside linebackers, I have one disagreement here. Khalil Mack's been all right. Zadarius Smith's been great.
Yeah.
Putting together another great one.
Yeah.
Jason Pierre-Paul.
He's played okay. I think he is fringe there.
He to be fair, his production's been great, but Shaq Barrett has had his production's been slightly less, but Shaq Barrett has doubled the amount of pressures on the QB. And so I think.
Yeah, I think the Pro Bowl. I think the Pro Bowl's not been great for a while, but because actually watching the I enjoy the AFC winning, because all of my friendship group are NFC supporters, so that's always great. So yeah, the AFC.
JPP. Oh, what? Come on. I lost it again.
Oh, they're going to see the Pro Bowl. That's a really... Oh, yes. I completely forgot. They're not actually doing the Pro Bowl this year.
Yeah.
Do you know how
so
they're doing the
JPP
Pro
has
Bowl?
20 pressures, and Shaq Barrett has 38.
Gosh, okay, that's kind of crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, they're doing the Pro Bowl over Madden.
They're doing the Pro Bowl on Madden.
Which will show you just how bad Madden is. It's now 63% off because they can't sell enough copies of it.
Madden 21. It's just...
Yeah.
And also, they can't get, who's actually going to be playing? Who's going to be playing what?
Yeah. It's...
Anyway, yeah.
Poor. Right, we'll continue. Inside linebackers, I have another problem here. Bobby Wagner, Fred Warner.
Fred Warner's been great. Has Bobby Wagner
Fred Warner's been
good?
amazing. Bobby Wagner.
Has he actually been that good?
He's been alright. 126 tackles, 3 sacks, 7 TFLs. Blake Martinez, 128 tackles, 2 sacks, 10 TFLs, 5 pass deflections, 2 forced fumbles, an interception. Bobby Wagner has 8 pass deflections, and that's it. Jalen Smith's been good.
Yes, Jalen Smith's been surprisingly good.
I go Devin White.
Yeah, that's another great pick. Yeah.
130 tackles, 8 sacks, 16 TFLs, 6 pass deflections, a forced fumble, and a fumble recovery.
Yeah.
Like, yes, Bobby Wagner's put together some solid production. Devin White's been incredible.
Yeah. He really has.
Also, Zach Cunningham didn't make the Pro Bowl.
Wait, who's he at? Is he still at
Houston.
Yeah, he's done really well as well.
Tackles, 3 sacks, 7 TFLs, 2 pass deflections.
Yeah.
Yeah. Also, Roquan Smith, more solo tackles than Bobby Wagner. 128 total tackles, 4 sacks, 17 TFLs.
Gosh.
5 pass deflections and a forced fumble.
That's
he
crazy.
is 3rd in the league in TFLs.
Gosh.
And he's a middle linebacker.
That's
an
really
inside
crazy.
linebacker. He's 3rd to only TJ Watt and Hunt and Reddick, who probably could have got himself a Pro Bowl vote.
Yeah. Oh, God, yeah. Gosh. Well, let's just move through the rest of these names, because there's clearly just... These are just
corners are great. Safeties, I have some massive problems.
Okay, just go through corners.
Jalen Ramsey, Jair Alexander, Marshall Lattimore, James Bradbury.
Yeah, fine. For the most part, yeah.
Yeah.
The one I would leave
completely
out of that is potentially Lattimore. Hasn't been amazing this season, but I can't think of anyone else that would replace him right this moment, so fair play.
Let me have a look. He's been pretty solid, to be fair. He has been fairly solid.
Okay.
Yeah.
No, fair enough. Okay, safeties.
You're gonna flip at this. Quandre Diggs. Buda Baker, yeah. He's had a really solid game. Jamal Adams as well. I am not happy.
No, I'm not happy.
Let's start with Quandre Diggs. He's had 4 interceptions, which is tied for 4th. He's only had 52 tackles. No forced fumbles or anything. Or any TFLs. Let me put into perspective Harrison Smith. 72 tackles, half sack, 4 TFLs, 4 interceptions.
Yeah.
Same amount of pass deflections. Okay. And then you say, oh, Jamal Adams set a record for sacks by a DB. He shouldn't be a DB, he should be a linebacker.
Yeah, if he's getting sacks as a DB, he's not playing DB very well.
Yeah.
I think that's what we've learned about Jamal Adams this year.
in my mind, he is not a DB.
Yeah.
He's a linebacker.
He plays linebacker very well. It just
he's an amazing linebacker. But he's a linebacker.
Yeah. Also, I think the Seahawks is one of those teams you can't put, You can't put.
Let's put this into perspective. He has more pressures than JPP.
That's quite impressive. Maybe that's why he's been put on, is that actually he's played linebacker really well. But
he's blitzed the QB 90 times.
Yeah.
JPP has blitzed the QB 55 times. Zadarius Smith has blitzed the QB 53 times.
Maybe that's why he's on there. I can sort of see that one. I think he probably shouldn't be on there for strong safety, but...
Yeah. No, he should... he's not very... But the problem is, he's a safety.
Yeah.
When he's allowed 109.9 passer rating when he's been targeted. On the other hand, JPP is allowed 77.9.
That's kind of crazy, isn't it?
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Yeah. Jamal Adams has been targeted 38 times. 31 of those have been catches. And they've gone for 394 yards.
That's not great.
Which, he's a linebacker.
Just need to Pete Carroll. Like, listen.
Honestly.
Listen to us.
He's a linebacker. He blows so many poor coverages.
This is why I'm like, this is why I'm not a massive fan of Jalen Ramsey. Is that I think he's great, but he's not consistent. He gets he like when it comes up against kind of good receivers, he plays really well. Like, fair play to him. Stats don't lie.
Yeah.
But actually, he gets blown for coverage, like, just too many times. It's
yeah.
Yeah. Right, should we move in the
so
opposite
that's the problem
direction?
I have. Sorry, just specialist. You won't care. Tyler Ott for the Seahawks long snapper.
Okay.
Jack Fox, punter for the Lions. Good job. Yeah, he's been pretty good. Young Wei Koo for the Falcons.
Yeah. Woo, woo.
Made the Pro Bowl.
Yeah. Good.
Bit sad Mason Crosby didn't get there. He hasn't missed a kick this season, or he's missed a couple of extra points.
Yeah, but Young Wei Koo has done. Young Wei Koo, sorry, is the league leader in points.
Yeah, he has. I'm not saying he shouldn't be there. I'm saying I'm a bit sad Crosby didn't get there, but Young
fair
Wei
play to
Koo
Crosby for playing well.
absolutely deserves it. Cordaro Patterson, return specialist. Nick Ballore, special teamer.
Yeah, sure. Right. Remember when Buda Baker was Pro Bowler for special teamer? Look how far he's come. Happy for Buda Baker.
Yeah, absolutely. He's been really good this year.
All right, so I'm going to head in the opposite direction now.
Go on.
We're going to talk this first overall pick. Right. So I'm going to prime you some research.
Okay.
Who is currently projected to be the top 5 picks? So I know Jaguars are first.
As in, okay, who's okay, as in the order.
Yeah.
Okay. Right. So Jaguars currently first.
Yeah.
Jets are next. Bengals are then third, despite their win against the Steelers.
Bengals, yeah.
Then it's Carolina Panthers. And then it's the Falcons.
Okay. First of all, round of applause for the Jets getting their first win.
Ooh.
Well done. Like, fair play to them. They played really well. That D line, I think, was the main reason they were fired up that game. Great question. Why are the Jags first if the Jets have the same
strength of schedule?
It's done on. If they have the same number, it's the strength of schedule, which means the Jets. I find this really.
The Jets have had the harder schedule.
Even though the Jaguars
and have done better with it than, or have done the same with the Jaguars who have had an easier schedule. Yes. So the Jets have technically then done better, and so have the second overall pick.
Yes, even though I would argue the Jaguars have performed better over their strength of schedule than the Jets have. But either way, we're in the position we are. So here's what I'm going to say. Here's what I have to say. The consensus number 1 pick at the moment is Trevor Lawrence.
Absolutely.
Who I realised probably won't win a Heisman Trophy, which is really sad. Heisman Trophy is like MVP for college football.
He deserves one.
He does deserve one, but he's
been incredible.
He's been incredible for 3 years, whereas
if you think about the Heismans before him, you had
Joe Burrow was one.
Who was it the year before?
So Joe Burrow had 50 touchdowns, so that's fair enough. Before him was probably Kyler.
Yes, it was Kyler.
Lamar did win it.
Lamar was before him, yeah.
So Kyler played well, like really, really well that season as well. So So yeah, consensus number one pick, and I agree. I think there isn't. I don't think there is a better player than Trevor Lawrence in this draft if he decides to go. Um,
I think he will. He can still go for another year, but he's started 3 years now.
yeah. I think.
So I think
I think it would be
yeah.
strange. I think it would be strange to him to stay for a fourth year unless he really wants that Heisman.
Yeah.
He's already won the college football playoff, and
Yeah.
there's the potential to win it again this year. We'll see. I don't know. Maybe we talk about that one closer to the time.
Yeah.
Interesting college football.
Fun thing,
bracket to
Nathan.
me, thought.
Some of these players going up for the draft are younger than you.
Yeah, I know, it's crazy, isn't it? I'm starting to feel old, but I'm not.
Yeah.
Not at all. Yeah, and I agree. So this is my point, Matt, and I'm going off you. The Jags need more than a QB. I think this is the difficulty with the Jags and number one overall pick. If Trevor Lawrence is the consensus number one overall pick, and he is the best quarterback by far in this draft, and also the second, and this was what Sam and I think we were saying last week, or maybe just by ourselves, is that
It's probably by ourselves.
yeah, if the Jaguars have the second overall pick, actually you definitely don't want to go quarterback because none of the other quarterbacks behind Trevor Lawrence are worthy of that second pick.
No. The closest one, in my opinion, is Justin Fields, but still, then I put him kind of. I've got a projection here saying third for him in talent, but I think he's top 5, but I think he's 4 or 5.
Yeah, I would agree. I think he's, and this is where I say is that both. It's like we keep saying. You look at the Bengals. Fair play to the Bengals for beating the Steelers. Ryan Finley played really well, but it takes.
But that just shows you how a team can do with a different quarterback, and that it's not all on the quarterback for the win.
No, exactly, and this is the thing: is if you are trying to become a better team, you don't you need to look at what a quarterback gives you, and I think I've seen enough in Gardner Minshew, maybe not to be a franchise quarterback, but at least to build a team around until you're ready to insert your franchise quarterback of choice.
To be honest, in my opinion, the QB is one of the least important positions.
Yeah, like having, and it's
look at Tennessee.
Yeah,
they just plugged in a QB who was kind of fairly average, and he's playing really well.
Yeah,
and potentially should have got a Pro Bowl this year from his play.
Yeah.
So the QB isn't the most important thing. The more important thing is how are you running the ball? What is your O-line and D-line like?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Build
absolutely.
I build defense first and then offense.
Yeah.
Teams
that have gone quarterback first and then built the team around the quarterback have struggled and then got better. Teams that have built the team first and then the quarterback do well. Examples.
Yeah.
Josh Allen entered the league as I think he was the least accurate QB.
Yep.
Yeah, and the Bills didn't have a winning record when he came in.
Yeah.
As soon as, and they then spend 2 or 3 years building a team around him, and now he's MVP candidate, and the Bills are winning that division.
Yeah.
The opposite of that is,
and the good thing about the thing you see with that is that they have good QB coaches.
Yeah.
Which is really helpful as well, actually, because Josh Allen over the summer completely reworks his throwing mechanics.
Yeah.
And so the way he's throwing the ball is completely different. It's quicker, it's more accurate, and you can see that he's now nearly 70% completion percentage when he was kind of 60% last year.
Yeah.
It's massive.
Yeah. The opposite of that is the Colts. So they had Andrew Luck, and obviously they were building around him because he was injury prone and all of that. He then decides to retire, which was a real shame
understandable.
and understandable. All they do is insert Philip Rivers, and that team it's playing well.
Yeah,
it's playing really
absolutely.
well. And we go and I go again. The Bengals got a few wins under Joe Burrow. That's great. But now that Joe Burrow's gone, it shows that the team is not as good as it's not that good. It's not winning games.
But they've actually shown that they can win a game without Joe Burrow.
Yeah,
They scored 27 points.
yeah, which is good news for the Bengals because it means that they
Yeah.
have got some team there.
But it's a really big reminder that your QB doesn't get you every win.
Yeah, exactly. And so I was going to say, again, on the opposite side of the spectrum, the Buccaneers built that squad kind of ahead of time before Brady was even there. You had Shaq Barrett before Brady was there. You had O.J. Howard, Cameron, that kind of really good tight ends there. You had Evans and Godwin.
Evans and Godwin
were there before. Devin White, like you say, was there before Brady got there. But they did fair play to the Buccaneers. Had an amazing draft, amazing free agency to get a quarterback into that system who can make the most out of it. And actually, that's been the interesting thing, is that in some ways he has made the most of that out of that system because he's a good quarterback. But in other places, he hasn't fitted that system very well, so he hasn't done that well. So this is a long-winded way of me saying Minshew has shown enough that an upgrade to Trevor Lawrence isn't worth the first overall pick.
Yeah.
As kind of Sam and I like to constantly say, the Jaguars' left tackle Cam Robinson is one of the lowest-rated left tackles in the league.
He's one of the worst tackles in the league.
Yeah, and the consensus number 2 overall pick is an offensive tackle called Penei Sewell. So
he's been incredible.
And he, to be fair to him, declared for the draft at the start of the year, has not played a single game this season, and is still predicted second overall. That's how good you know a player is. If they decide to not play the entire season, they have the security to not play the entire season and still get drafted number 2 overall. You know that player's good. So this is my question, and this is why I asked.
Trent Williams did that. He held out for more money from the 49ers.
Yeah.
I believe it was the 49ers. No.
Washington.
It was Washington, sorry. Didn't play a year, went to the 49ers, Pro Bowl.
Yeah.
Potential All-Pro.
Could you trade down for the second pick and get some improvements? So, absolutely, Matt, you've just read my mind. This is my thing. I think Penei Sewell over Cam Robinson is a bigger upgrade than Trevor Lawrence over Gardner Minshew. So, this is the question I have for you.
You cannot undervalue, or you cannot overvalue the value of a good tackle.
Yeah, offensive line.
That makes
your
sense.
Quarterback, like the Eagles have proved that this year. Your offensive line, it doesn't matter who your quarterback is, offensive line matters. And and so this is my question for the chat, and we'll talk a little bit about this. Of those top 5 picks, so you've got the Jets now at second, the Bengals at third, Panthers at fourth, and I've forgotten who was at fifth.
Atlanta.
Of those...
Here's the scary thing. Picking 6th are the Dolphins.
How?
Their trade with Houston.
Oh, poor Houston.
Including Laramie Tunsil.
So this is my thing. I think the Jaguars should trade down. I really do. I think Penei Sewell is
absolutely.
the pick. And so if the Jets want Trevor Lawrence, I think they just trade down the 1 pick. They pick Penei Sewell, and I think the Jaguars probably get a 2nd or a 3rd rounder in that trade with the Jets.
Yeah.
And actually,
I potentially think. Actually no, because Cincinnati are going to go pick Penei Sewell there.
Yeah, exactly.
3.
That's the difficult thing, is that I would say
you could potentially trade then to 3rd, and if Cincinnati want Penei Sewell that much, they'll pick him at 1.
Yeah, exactly.
But you've then put them in a position where they've got the number 1 overall pick and they're not going to go Trevor Lawrence.
I agree, and I think this is...
And they're going to have to give you some premium draft capital for that.
That's what I think. I think the Jets... I think Jets fans will be annoyed they don't have the... I agree, Matt, I don't think the Jets need Trevor Lawrence either. And that's why I think this draft is going to be really interesting, because...
I think that the problem with the Jets is that Sam Darnold, while he's a good QB, he hasn't shown much development.
No, but that could be Adam Gase's fault.
Yeah, which you can't put entirely on him.
No.
Yes, he does need to get better at some point. However, he's yeah. You need to have good coaching around them.
Yeah. Also, thank you,
Like,
Caleb.
why
for the
else?
follow,
Why
and
else do you
welcome to
think?
the oh, sorry.
Yeah.
Sorry, I was just going to say
Sorry.
thank you, Caleb, for the follow,
Yeah.
and welcome to our chat.
Yeah. But yeah, hello, welcome. But yeah, why
Sorry.
do you think players like Aaron Rodgers have played so well? Aaron Rodgers slipped to pick 21 or something, and then was developed for 3 years before starting, and now he's incredible.
didn't mean to throw that.
Same thing happened with Patrick Mahomes. Was pick 13, I believe he was.
10.
Pick 10, sorry. Didn't
10?
play for a year.
Was he 10 or 15?
I thought it was 13.
Oh no, you might. No, it was Watson was 10, wasn't he? Sorry, I got.
Yeah, Watson and Trubisky were before.
Yeah, Trubisky was 2.
But you think he didn't play a year? He developed in KC,
Yeah.
and is now incredible.
Yeah.
Cliff Kingsbury and Kyler Murray is also a really good one. They're doing really well together.
Yeah, and yeah, like you see how
Chargers and their QB coach.
Yeah. I was going to say, look, you look at Carson Wentz, didn't start out well and then improved and then suddenly dropped off massively.
Yeah. However, we've spoken about that, and we've spoken that that's the QB coach left.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, so it does show you the value of a good QB coach as well.
Yeah.
So I would. This is what I think is really interesting about the draft. Is if the Jets really want Trevor Lawrence, I think it's just a straight trade between the Jaguars and the Jets. Jaguars get a little bit of compensation, which they can improve their squad on, which is really valuable. And then that's really simple. I think it gets interesting from there because if the Jaguars can't find a trade partner, do you go pick Sewell?
Yeah.
Which essentially gives the Jets who they wanted in the first place.
Yeah.
And I also think it's really interesting. What if they trade further back? I agree with you. What if they go to the Bengals or the Panthers? Because the Panthers may not think Bridgewater's their long-term guy.
No, and this is something I've been thinking that I don't think Trevor Lawrence should start right away.
No, I agree. I think he potentially needs some time.
Yeah.
Not because he's bad, but just from experience, we know that guys are better once they've had a little bit of time. Like you look at Jalen Hurts at the moment, like.
Yeah, he's had a little bit of time. Tua Tagovailoa has been incredible, actually.
Yeah.
Justin Herbert had a little bit of time, but you can see he gets better.
Yeah.
But yeah, potentially people like Carolina, like Atlanta, will have the potential to pick a QB.
Yeah. And this will be the difficult thing for the Jaguars. I think you're more likely to find a trade partner for that number 1 pick in Carolina or Atlanta. But then, are you willing to go that far back? Like, there are some other great players back there, but
Micah Parsons, Jamar Chase, Gregory Rousseau,
that's
Patrick
the thing.
Surtain, Caleb Farley.
I think there are. I agree. I think Patrick Surtain for sure.
Jalen Waddle, maybe.
Gregory Rousseau. This is the thing. I don't think the Jaguars. I think wide receiver is something that free agency is going to be mad for this year. I don't think the Jaguars go wide receiver in the draft. I think they need to go defensive, or O tackle. The Jets or Jags should use Darnold or Minshew in a trade for either picks or players. Yeah, I don't think that's a bad shout either. I would be really interested if the Jets send Sam Darnold to Jacksonville. That would be really interesting. If the Jaguars go, actually, we do want to pick Lawrence, and they're like, actually, we'll give you Darnold, give us number 1 overall pick, and like a second rounder or something. I think the Jaguars then go, okay, we've got a potential starting QB here, plus the second overall pick to spend on Sewell, and yeah. I would say the Panthers are potentially the most likely to go for that trade. And I think Jaguars could pick up 4, because I think you've got Lawrence, Sewell. So Lawrence would go number 1 to the Panthers.
Yeah. Jets pick QB.
If they do, then you've either got Sewell or Rousseau or Surtain at 4, and I think the Jaguars.
You've got Micah Parsons available there as well.
Yeah.
He is a linebacker, so he's not quite what you need.
No.
But yeah, then you've got.
I think Jaguars need to switch to a 3-4 anyway.
Fair.
I think.
Because... But I think Jets are set on picking a QB.
which just seems
which is sad, but that's the feeling I'm getting when I'm reading about the Jets. It feels like Adam Gase is going, oh, Sam Darnold's our scapegoat. He's not getting us any wins.
Yeah.
We're going to pick a QB. And I think that's been really bad for them because they're not addressing any of the other issues that team has.
Yeah. Well, I think this is what's interesting. I think this is what's going to be really interesting this off season. So with Sam, we probably are going to be streaming throughout the off season because there's going to be lots of change.
Yeah.
Because the Jaguars and the Jets, in most people's minds, it's pretty much guaranteed that both of those coaches are going to get fired.
I hope they do.
I really hope they do. But then that's really interesting. You've got the first two overall picks with both teams that have had both their coaches go, and potentially new GMs, and at least for the Jaguars, and both thinking they need a new QB. And so you kind of, that interplay is going to be really interesting. Are these coaches going to go, actually, we're okay with what we've got and we're going to build around them? Or are we going to go new regime, new GM, new coach, new quarterback? Yeah. I think that interplay is going to be really exciting this off season.
You've also got to think about who are the new head coaches going to be.
Yeah, exactly. Like, are you going for more defensive-minded guys, or like I think Jay Gruden, Jaguars' offensive coordinator, has done an okay job. I think the offense has looked like it's had more of an identity this year than it has most years.
I have some names.
Yeah, go for it.
Eric Bieniemy.
Yeah, absolutely.
Chiefs offensive coordinator. Joe Brady.
Yeah.
Panthers offensive coordinator.
Steve Spagnuolo.
Steve Spagnuolo has done well. Raheem Morris, I think, has done really well, actually.
Yeah.
For the Falcons, I think he'll probably stick with it. Brian Daboll, offensive coordinator of the Bills, has done really well.
Good one.
Jack Del Rio. I believe he's had a bit of head coaching.
He was a head coach at the Raiders,
before.
wasn't he?
Yeah. He's defensive coordinator for Washington.
Oh wow! Okay, might get another head
coach.
Job.
Greg Roman, offensive coordinator for the Ravens.
I think the interim.
Robert Saleh.
Yes. Yeah.
Defensive coordinator for the 49ers. I think there's some good. On this list I found it says Bill O'Brien, but no.
No.
He's a decent head coach, but he's not a good GM.
No. I think Romeo Crennel, if he doesn't get hired by the Texans, might.
Yeah. Lincoln Riley.
Yeah, but he's not going away from Oklahoma.
He's never going to move from Oklahoma. But
he's got a great job there.
Dabo Sweeney would be really interesting.
Yeah, and these guys have got like the surest jobs in the world. So
I would love to see Dabo Sweeney at the Panthers.
That would be really interesting.
And then pick up Trevor Lawrence.
That would make a lot of sense.
That would never happen.
No, it wouldn't.
But it would be great. But if Dabo Sweeney goes to the NFL, it's hard to see him leaving. But
I can see Matt Rule wanting Trevor Lawrence, you know. Or picking a QB at 4. I can see that happening.
Yeah.
Because who would you pick second? I've heard Mac Jones, but I don't think he'll leave.
Mac Jones?
Alabama QB.
No, he's not gonna.
I don't think he'll leave this year. I think he might leave next year.
Justin Fields, Zach Wilson, Trey Lance.
I can see Justin.
Those are basically the 4 QBs in the first round you would pick up.
Yeah.
Zach Wilson's been looking quite good.
Yeah, he's looked okay. I would potentially.
Trey Lance looks quite good as well.
Who else could potentially leave? Kyle Trask, if he decides to leave.
Kyle Trask, yeah.
See,
I think he's more of a second-round prospect, really.
Yeah, but I can see Jaguars picking him with maybe their second first-round pick, and I wouldn't hate that. I don't know. Actually, maybe I would. I don't think he's bad.
Yeah, I
think.
Just don't, no. Okay, Mac Jones has declared okay, but he's not great.
Oh, that's new.
I think he's declared anyways.
Let me have a look. That.
Yeah. No, it looks like he's going, but I can't find anything saying he definitely has or definitely hasn't.
Okay, so that's probably still up in the air.
Yeah.
Who does need Trevor Lawrence? Oh, I missed that. That's the difficult thing. Is like, I don't think any team needs a quarterback.
Yeah. No, neither. I think it's going to be more, what do you call it? Depth. It's going to be the QBs being picked will be depth and growth.
Yeah, I agree.
I don't think any QB should be picked to start right away from this draft.
No, I think that's really dangerous as well. Like, I think the teams most likely to pick quarterbacks are Panthers, Falcons, maybe the Buccaneers, maybe the Saints.
Yeah.
The Colts. You're looking at teams that have a good quarterback in place. Patriots is another one. A decent enough quarterback in place, but that you would like improvement upon and to get younger. So you're quite happy to draft a QB, have them develop for a year, and then come and play. And I think that's really scary, especially when you're talking about Trevor Lawrence. Because imagine a Panthers offense with Trevor Lawrence and Christian McCaffrey.
Yeah, that would be incredible.
That's just scary to think about that.
I mean, Mac Jones is going to be in the draft, I believe. He's helping his draft stock as well.
He really is.
He could be the third QB off the board. Yeah.
Yeah, I can see. Well, this is a difficult thing with the Patriots. Cam Newton's on a 1-year deal, so I don't think. I don't think
Cam Newton's coming back.
I doubt he's coming back, unless
really
the Patriots somehow find a way to draft their quarterback of choice. They might sign Cam on another 1-year deal and say, "Prove to us you should keep us, or we're playing this young guy."
Yeah. Yeah.
And I feel like that's potentially what they were trying to do this year, but they didn't have any good backups. So.
Yeah.
So I can see that happening.
Okay, I've got an updated draft board, and it still has Justin Fields going as third overall prospect.
Who to? Bengals?
Or third overall prospect. Not this isn't saying.
Yeah,
this is talent wise.
I really don't think he is. Do the Vikings need a better backup QB? Vikings are actually one of those other teams that I would potentially put on the list. I think Kirk Cousins is good, but I think he's sort of in that Philip Rivers sort of good enough to win games.
Vikings are projected 14th overall pick.
I could see them going with a QB there.
So they may still have the potential to pick up Trey Lance.
Yeah.
At 14. Zach Wilson, I don't think they will. I think he'll go before. This is projecting him as a 7th overall in talent. Trey Lance is 10 overall in talent.
Okay.
The next QB is going to be Mac Jones at 31.
Yeah, probably.
And then Kyle Trask at 37.
It's going to be interesting.
So they may still be able to get Trey Lance. But if not, you're at 14. Jalen Waddle, Kyle Pitts, J.C. Horn.
See, this is the thing. Kyle Pitts, I would say, is potentially the best, one of the most talented guys in this draft. And whoever gets him is going to get an absolute steal.
Yeah.
Right, he's so talented. He's I would consider him to be Gronkowski levels. As in, he's going to be a matchup nightmare, and he's just...
He will be. 6'6", 239. Yeah. That's that's linebacker sizes.
Yeah, I really want the Jaguars to go get him. I think he's going to be so good. It's going to be scary.
That's pick 14 is the thing.
Yeah.
You'll need to trade back into the. Oh, you have currently you have the Rams pick.
Yeah.
First round pick, but that's 25.
Yeah. Yeah.
And at 25, you might have Rondale Moore.
Oh, I can see. Oh, I do like.
You might have Travis Etienne.
I don't need Travis Etienne. Got James Robinson.
Otherwise, Dylan Moses, Creed Humphrey, Carlos Basham Jr. All very good.
Yeah, yeah.
But Mac Jones will probably be available at that point.
Yeah, yeah.
So if you trade down, get a third round pick or something.
Yeah.
Um,
I just picked a play there.
Pick Penei Sewell.
Yeah.
And then trade your 25th, go up to 20 or something, pick Mac Jones.
Yeah.
I've got him here as going here as the 31st overall talent, but I think if you want to get him, you'll have to go above Pittsburgh.
Yeah, no, I
personally
think,
above Indianapolis, above Tampa Bay.
Yeah, everyone's going to win. Lawrence that's the scary thing about Lawrence. He's good at everything. Like he's primarily a thrower, but unbelievable rusher. He's kind of like
absolutely.
I don't know, a white Cam Newton. He's sort of. Actually, no, you said Josh Allen last week, didn't you?
Josh Allen.
He's
got the same sort of size.
I was going to say he's tall, big-bodied, kind of. I think he doesn't run quite as strong.
6'6", 220.
Yeah. I don't think he runs quite as strong as Cam does, which is what we were saying. Which is what I was just.
Yeah, he's massive and. Well, yeah, he'll be incredible. He is the best QB prospect in the last at least decade, if not 20 years.
Yeah, it's scary, really scary.
Yeah.
Should we move on to some predictions?
Yes, I was just about to say that.
Go on, hit me with
onto the penultimate week of the season.
Are we getting Christmas Day games this year, or?
I think so. Christmas is the Friday. Yep, we're getting one game.
Woo!
It's the Vikings versus the Saints.
Ooh.
Which could be interesting. Breeze looked off against the Chiefs.
I think the Chiefs. Well, partially, I think the Chiefs' defense just played well in that game.
Yeah. Breeze didn't look comfortable. Was the thing.
Yeah,
he should have waited another week.
I would still pick the Saints.
However, they win. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think unless the Vikings want to decide that they do want to make the playoffs. Yeah, I can't see it.
Yeah,
cannot see them losing.
No, yeah, Saints take that.
Or winning even.
Yeah, got a couple of Boxing Day games as well.
Ooh, okay.
Buccaneers Lions. I think Bucks take that pretty easily, to be honest.
I think the Lions played better than people thought they did. Yes, they got smashed by the Titans, but actually they still put up like 25 points or something. So
yeah,
I think the Buccaneers are so inconsistent. I genuinely couldn't tell you who win this one. Like, part of me wants to go, yes, Buccaneers, good team, should win it, but they've been so inconsistent.
They have, yeah.
I could see the Lions deciding to win it.
I could, but also the Bucks seem to be on a little bit of a roll at the moment.
Yeah.
And I just don't think they lose to an inferior opponent like the Lions.
Fair enough.
At this point in the season.
I think they could surprise you. They almost lost to the Falcons. It was just the Falcons.
True, but they did come back.
Yes, but you could put that on as much as the Falcons as anyone else.
Yes, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, Rams lost to the Jets. Like, I don't think anything's a given this season.
Yeah, that was incredible. That was absolutely incredible. All right, the other Boxing Day game is 49ers versus the Cardinals.
Interesting one. Yeah, I don't think the Cardinals can win it. It's not Cardinals. I don't think the 49ers can win it. I think Cardinals.
Neither, however, is divisional.
No, I think Cardinals again have been one of those inconsistent teams, but they've played really well over the last couple of weeks.
Yeah, I'm calling Cardinals, but I think this is going to be closer than you think.
Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah. Oh, there should be some good games afterwards on the Sunday. You've got Dolphins versus the Raiders.
Yeah, Dolphins take this one. Raiders
take that. Yeah,
I think Raiders missed the playoffs because of that.
They'd go to 7-8.
Dolphins defense is just playing phenomenally. And their offense takes a while to get in gear, but if it gets given the time, I think
yeah,
absolutely.
Ooh, Broncos Chargers. I think Chargers take this.
Yeah, I think
It's
Chargers.
Broncos defense has been very meh, and the offense just can't click. It's very
No,
inconsistent,
again, yeah,
and I think Joey Bosa's going to have a bit of a field day, to be honest.
yeah. I would completely agree.
Also, the Jets' follow-up game is against the Browns, who are 10-4. Do they win?
No, I don't think they do. I think the Ram. I didn't actually kind of watch the full game. I personally can't see the Browns. Sorry, let me put it like this: the Browns didn't like get a massive win over the Giants, but the Giants have played quite well recently. So it's sort of the game sort of.
Yeah.
I think it was 20-7 or something like that. I think the game went about how I expected it to go. It was kind of a low-scoring affair because
Yeah.
both teams played good defense. But then the team with the superior offense came out on top, and I sort of think the same will go again. I think the Browns. I don't think the Jets. I'm so amazed that the Rams defense lost to the Jets. Like that
Yeah.
just blows me away. So maybe the Jets do have the capability to beat the Browns defense. But
Yeah.
I think Browns offensively. I don't think the Rams have offensively what the Browns have offensively, especially in the run game. And
Consistently, yes.
and
Yeah.
I think consistent running on the part of the Browns offense will wear down that D line that disrupted the Rams so much.
Yeah.
So that's my thought
Sorry, I
process.
just saw Torres comment saying that's one of the tallest QBs shortly. Yes. Trevor Lawrence is 6'6". Tallest QB was Dan McGuire at 6'8".
Gosh.
And then more recently, you've got a couple of guys who are 6'7". But yeah, 6'6" is will be one of the tallest QBs ever. There's quite a lot of six. There's a few 6'6" quarterbacks, including Justin Herbert.
Yes. And Josh Allen's 6'4".
Something like that. Brock Osweiler was 6'7".
Oh wow.
Mike Glennon, I believe, is 6'7".
Will he be the tallest in the league? Probably.
No, Mike Glennon is 6'7".
Yeah, there you go. There you go.
So he won't be tallest, but he'll be one of the tallest starting QBs.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I'm saying Browns don't have much trouble. Unless the Jets want to go 3-13. But I don't see that happening.
No. No. Oh, we didn't talk about Jets game, no.
Rams just didn't play well.
No, yeah, absolutely.
They underestimated the opponent, and then the Jets came out and shocked them, and they couldn't put it together since then.
Yeah, the Jets like, if you look statistically, the Jets have got better over the last few games. They've just sort of come to play a little bit more.
I think it's Frank Gore pulling them to a victory, really.
I also think their defensive line is just starting to actually do something.
Yeah, the D-line for them is quite good.
Yeah. What's the next game?
Giants-Ravens. Giants have looked alright, but Ravens are on a roll at the moment. And I see them taking this.
Yeah, I think it'll still be close though. I think the Giants have the tools to stop the Ravens in their rush game.
Yeah.
But no, yeah, I think Giants have the tools to stop the run game, but I think they'll still be overpowered by the Ravens. I think it'll be about the same score as the Browns game, I think.
Yeah, same. Oh, yeah, Lamar will put up big numbers, I reckon. Although Giants' defense has looked alright, I think, it's not going to be good enough.
No.
Bengals, Texans.
I would still say Texans.
I'm taking Bengals.
No.
27 points.
I agree, but the Texans had
27
that. The
points.
Texans had that against the Colts. Um, I just
Yeah.
I can't like. I fair play to the Bengals for playing well, but I think the Texans will be ready for them. I think Deshaun Watson's a great player. I feel really sorry for him.
Same. He's been great.
So I think
Just
even
the organisation. Yeah.
recently they've played badly in good. They've had good losses. They've played well even if they've lost. So I think I'm going to take Texans for this one.
Fair enough. Bears, Jaguars. After that.
I'm going to say Bears tentatively.
Yeah, I'm taking Bears. I don't think Jaguars are going to win another game this year.
See, I disagree. I think it depends if James Robinson's healthy. So he was obviously injured against the Ravens.
Yeah.
I think the Bears are the sort of team that the Jaguars can beat.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because they've been great in the pass game for most of the year, but have been quite inconsistent with the run. So if James Robinson was healthy and we just wanted to run it down their throats, I can see that being a really good game offensively for the Jaguars.
Yeah.
And again, the Bears' offense has shown some life, but equally, I think the Jaguars' defense has shown life at occasions to be able to stop them. I agree, Matt. I don't think the Jaguars will win both games, but they've beaten the Colts already this year. I think I can see them winning one or the other. I think it depends on whether James Robinson's healthy.
I don't think they win either.
And I think the Bears. I think the Bears potentially.
Bears take it. Bears take it. Tori, will you beat me in fantasy? That all depends how many players I trade away to sway the title game. Essentially,
you're not allowed to do that. I might turn that off. We're not allowing that to happen. It's not fair.
No fair.
What's the game after
that? Falcons Chiefs, no contest.
Chiefs, yeah. Moving up.
Yeah. Colts Steelers.
Colts.
Yeah.
The Steelers is really struggling.
The offense isn't looking good, and we said this before they started losing, I believe.
Yeah.
But they weren't looking great.
No. Too many drops.
Yeah, so many drops. Almost as much as Evan Engram.
Steelers have just lost their momentum. I
Yeah.
think part of it was they had tough wins and were holding that momentum, so you had to be like fair play.
Yeah.
Yes, it's not like the toughest schedule they've ever had, but they're still winning. So
you're finding ways to win the game, and that's what matters at the end of the day.
Exactly.
Do you win? Do you lose? Like the Packers had a disappointing loss against the Panthers, where they couldn't get anything going in the second half.
You mean disappointing win?
And yeah, sorry. But that was that's a very disappointing win. But at the end of the day, it's a win.
Yeah. Yeah.
And the Saints lost, which puts us in sole contention for the number 1 seed.
Yeah.
In the conference, which I will talk about in a little bit.
No, you won't. We talk enough about the Packers.
No, it'll be very brief.
Yeah, no, we do need to talk about the playoffs, so we will, yeah.
Yeah, I see Colts taking it.
Yeah, I agree. And Chiefs,
also,
we'll talk about playoffs in a minute.
Yeah. Panthers football team.
Panthers just.
Yeah.
No spark, sadly. They play well at times, but just no spark to try and win games.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, divisional game could have everything to do with the title, division title. Rams Seahawks.
I'm going to take Rams. I think Rams won it last time, and as far as I'm aware.
Yes. Yeah, they did. It was close, though.
Yeah, I think it's still close. I think the Rams are just
However, Rams just lost to the Jets. Do you know
No, I
how
know,
angry they're going to be?
Exactly, that's what I mean. And the Seahawks actually almost lost to the team with no name. So
Yeah. Absolutely,
Blah.
yeah. But yeah, so Washington could, I believe they could clinch a division title if they win as predicted, as we predict anyways.
yeah,
And the Cowboys lose to the Eagles.
which at this rate they definitely will.
Which they will, I think
Yeah.
they will, yeah.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, yeah, look out for that. The football team could win the division this week. Let's go to the Monday night game, Bills-Patriots. Bills.
Nice and easy.
No contest. They've already clinched the division, which is quite cool.
Well done, well done. For
Yeah, congrats on that part. Packers-Titans is going to be the game to watch.
Titans.
Ooh, I'm picking Packers purely because I'm a Packers fan. But I think it's going to be a really, really difficult game for the Packers.
Yeah, I think the Titans' strength in Derrick Henry is the Packers' weakness.
Yeah, they have gotten better over the past couple of weeks, but they managed to stop Mike Davis quite well.
Yeah, but that's Mike Davis.
Yeah,
like
that's the big problem.
I think yes, well done, but at the same time, Mike Davis is not Derrick Henry.
Is not Derrick Henry, and I think
imagine stiff arming everyone. Yeah,
yeah. I think the real test is going to be how long can the Packers' offense hold on to the ball.
I think that's the way you beat teams like the Titans like that.
Because that's the way the Packers play. They hold on to the ball quite a lot.
Yeah.
And that means the defense stays fresh throughout the game and can tackle Derrick Henry throughout the whole game.
I don't think you're wrong. I think it will be close because, like I say, if the Packers can hold on to the ball, give their
they're
defense
usually
a rest,
you notice the games they don't do as well are the games where they don't hold on to the ball for very long. Their drives are quite short. They have multiple 3-and-outs, and the opponent's offense drives the ball for long drives.
Yeah, and I don't.
And when you see them win, Packers have had 5-minute drives, 10-minute drives, where they've allowed the defense to have a break.
Yeah, and I don't think the Titans' defense is good enough to stop the Packers holding on to it.
I think Packers take it.
I'm going to take Titans. Still.
Yeah. But Packers can clinch the NFC number 1 seed with either a Saints loss or a Packer win.
Fair enough. I think it will be a
because
game,
they have the tiebreaker over the Saints.
Okay.
And they're 1 game ahead.
Yeah.
So even if the Packers go 11-5, yeah.
Yeah.
If the Saints lose, then they can only go 11-5 max. And the Packers have the tiebreaker. So, for once, I'll be supporting the Vikings.
What's next one?
But yeah, that's it for the games.
That's it. Wow. Okay.
A lot of Sunday games.
Yeah.
A lot of Sunday games.
So let's think playoffs then. Briefly talk about playoffs.
Yes.
Who's in? Who's out?
Right.
So Kansas win their division, no contest. I think they go number 1 in the AFC. I don't think there's a question there, really.
Yeah, no, there's no question.
No. Yeah, there's no question there.
Yeah.
I think Bills do take the 2nd seed with a couple of wins, especially. Well, they beat the Steelers here. They take 2nd.
Yeah,
so...
I think Bills take it because they have the division words tiebreaker.
Yeah.
Over the Bills, over the Steelers even. Steelers are still in. Steelers have clinched playoffs. They're currently 1st in the AFC North.
But that could.
Though I think the Browns will get 1st in the AFC North.
I'm tempted to. Do you know what? I think Browns go. Oh, this is gonna be really difficult. Ooh, okay. Oh, this is gonna be difficult. Okay. Um, yeah, I think Browns take. I think Browns take the division.
Yeah, same. Steelers will. So that means the Browns will have either the 3 or 4 seed.
Hang on, the Browns would if.
In my opinion, the Browns will have 3 or 4 seed.
Yeah, let me just see who they've got left to play because I think it does. I have a sense that it comes down to one game. Oh, it will be Browns versus Steelers.
Ooh.
And I think it does come down to that. I think.
Yeah.
And
I see the Browns taking that, to be honest.
I do as well, but what's going to be interesting then is the Ravens still have to play the Bengals. Oh wait, of course they do. They play. Wait. Is that this week? I can't remember what we just said.
Ravens play. Is it Bengals? Sorry, give me a sec.
No, they play Giants this week.
Got Giants, yeah, okay.
And then they have to play the Bengals next week. So 2 wins for them puts them at 11 as well.
Yeah.
Um,
But Browns could potentially go 12-4.
Yeah, and then that would put the Steelers on 11. So you've got Steelers,
Yeah.
Browns, and Baltimore potentially all on 11.
That entirely depends. In my opinion, playoff spots are going Chiefs, Bills, Browns, and then you've got to think. I think Titans or Colts win the division. In my opinion,
really
it's
close.
going to be Colts because they'll have the one-up by beating the Steelers and the Titans losing to the Packers. Personal preference.
Yeah. That's
So
kind of crazy, isn't it? I do think
I think
the
Colts will get that, which means that the Titans will be it'll be Titans, Dolphins, and Ravens will be the fighting for the 2 playoff spots remaining.
That's so tough, isn't it?
Yeah.
I think
The Raiders are still in the mix, but they're 7-7, so they're not.
no, they're not.
They still have mathematical possibility.
They're not.
However,
No.
they're just not going to reach it.
I think at the moment you've got all the division winners, and then you've got 10-4 Browns, 10-4 Colts, 9-5 Dolphins, 9-5 Ravens. I can't
Yes.
see any of these teams losing.
No,
Which
apart from the
says-
Steelers. But they've already clinched playoffs, so
They have, yeah.
it doesn't change.
So that says to me, it's between Dolphins and Ravens.
Yes. And I see Dolphins, to be honest.
Well, that's the thing is I think both of them are going to win out. So then who gets the?
Yeah, Dolphins get it.
Then Dolphins it is. I think that's the way it goes.
Yeah, so they're currently on the same record, but Dolphins are currently in that 7th seed.
Me, Mr. Thack. Yeah. Yeah, it's if every team wins out. Do you know if every team wins out? Well, actually, the one team I want to have a look at. Let's have a look at this quickly. Oh no, okay, Dolphins may be the one team that misses out.
Why?
They played Bills last week. That's what I just wanted to check.
Final week.
Final week.
Okay. Check who. Let me have a look.
I'm checking Colts. You check Titans because this will change.
Yes.
This will change my opinion. Colts have Steelers, then Jaguars, so potential to win out.
Titans have Packers, then Texans.
I think it's all down to, I think this Packers game could potentially choose what the season does.
This Packers game will define who wins the division.
I think it depends whether
For
the
sure.
Steelers want to come play against the Colts because they might shock us.
They might, but I can't see it happening, to be honest. They look so down
Yeah, I agree.
that I don't see a chance really. But I do see a chance, but it's going to be really difficult. And so you said the Dolphins play the Bills.
Yeah.
I can see a last gasp Dolphins win.
Especially if they're trying to get the division.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, not division playoffs.
Or not division playoffs. Yeah, I can see that. However, it seems easier for the Ravens to get in.
It does. I think Ravens have 11 wins. I think Browns have 12.
Yeah.
I think Steelers potentially have 11.
I think Steelers have 11, yeah.
So then you've got to decide, are the Dolphins, Colts, or Titans going to have 11 wins? I think the Dolphins will struggle.
I think Titans have 11.
I think Colts potentially get 12.
Yeah.
It'll be really interesting. I think it could be the Titans that miss out. It could be. Because I can see the Dolphins trying to beat the Bills. So it then comes down to tiebreaker between the Dolphins and the Titans.
Yeah. And that's going to be based on... have they met this year? Let me have a look.
Let us indeed have a look.
Come on.
They have not.
No. So it's going to go down to division record.
Let's have a look at that, because we do have that. Titans are 4-1, Dolphins are 3-2. But if Dolphins...
Yeah.
But Dolphins would have to beat the Bills to get to the playoffs.
Yeah.
And the Titans then still would have to beat the Texans.
Yeah, so Dolphins
if
may
Titans,
go 3-3 in division.
It's going to be... So basically, the Titans' playoff hopes depends on whether they beat the Texans. Because whether they lose or win to the Packers doesn't matter. Because if they beat the Texans, they go 11 wins and have a better divisional record, so they go through.
Yeah.
If they lose to the Packers and the Texans,
then they need a win. Yeah.
Then they have 10 wins and the Dolphins have 11 if they beat the Bills.
Yeah.
So actually, it doesn't matter how well the Titans do against the Packers this weekend. It completely depends on whether they win or lose against the Texans. That's what gets them into the playoffs. And I think... Yeah, I agree with Matt.
They take that.
I think they take that, unless Deshaun Watson wants to spoil the party. And I can see him wanting to.
Yeah.
I can't see that.
Yeah, so I think...
And I think that will be actually really... I think that'll be really telling, because... I think everyone's gone, oh, the Titans are a great team, they're doing so well, but actually their defense has let them down quite a few times.
Yeah.
And actually, I think that will be what lets them down against the Texans and the Packers. So, yeah, I think...
I agree with that, to be honest. So the Ravens then hop up and the Dolphins fall out of it.
Yeah. Yeah, I think for the Dolphins to get in, I think the Dolphins deserve to get in. It's a bit of a shame that they won't. Yeah, they need the Titans to implode against the Texans, which won't happen. Or they need the Ravens to lose to the Giants. Who else do they play? I just looked it up. Who else do the Ravens play?
Let me have a look. They play Bengals, so they're going to take...
I think
it's likely they take that, so, yeah. Ravens have kind of turned it on just in time.
Just in time. They have literally just in time, yeah. Okay, let's move to the NFC.
There are playoff clinching scenarios. I can cover all that later. Or in a little second.
Or just now.
No, okay, sorry, I can't find the...
I think... who did the Packers have in the last week?
I believe it's the Bears?
Ooh. Interesting.
Yeah, so the Cleveland clinches a playoff berth with a win.
Yeah.
Plus either Ravens, Dolphins, Colts losing.
Yeah, which we don't think is going to happen.
No. So they don't clinch the playoff yet, but they'll get it. Colts clinch playoff with a win plus Ravens or Dolphins loss.
Yeah.
No,
that makes sense. Yeah, I think any of those teams get close to the playoffs with another one losing. Yeah.
So if the Chiefs win, they clinch the first round bye.
Yeah.
If Steelers lose or Buffalo lose, Kansas clinches first round bye.
Yeah.
Right. Steelers clinch the AFC North with a win.
Yes.
Or Cleveland loss.
Yeah.
Titans clinch division with a win plus Colts loss.
Yeah.
Clinch playoff with a win or Ravens loss or Dolphins loss.
Yeah.
And I can. Do you want me to do the NFC now or afterwards?
Afterwards, yeah.
Okay.
So I think the Packers have a. I don't think it's an easy road to the first overall for the first seed.
But they just need to win one of them.
They need to just win one of them, and I can see them winning one and not the other. So
yeah.
So yeah, I think they do. I take Rams winning against the Seahawks and taking the division win from them.
Yes.
Then who do the Rams have after that? Let's have a look, shall we?
Rams then take on the Cardinals. So that's really good. Interesting.
That's going to be so good.
That is going to be really good.
Because Cardinals to get in basically need 2 wins. To guarantee getting in, need 2 wins.
Yes, however, if we're taking the Bears to lose to the Packers on the last game of the year, then the Bears can only get a maximum of 8 wins, and the Cardinals are currently on 8 wins.
Yeah.
So I think playoff bracket for the NFC stands. So all of those 7 get in.
Well, see,
I don't think that changes.
Well, this is the thing. I think the Bears have the potential to make a playoff push. I think they've got a little bit of momentum at the moment. They know they need to win both games to get into the playoffs. And also the Packers... I'm not saying the Packers will throw the game by any means, but if the Packers have guaranteed...
I think if the Packers win against the Titans, then starters will still play Week 17 because we've clinched that bye. However, if we... either way, the starters play.
Yeah, no, I absolutely agree. I don't think the Packers in any way throw it, but if the mindset is we've already got the playoffs, they potentially don't play 100%.
Yes.
And I think the Bears...
Either they don't play 100%, or they play amazingly because they're all so upbeat about it.
Yeah, that's true. I think the Bears have the potential to go to 9-7. I don't think it's a given yet. Personally, not yet. Which puts the Buccaneers. That puts the Buccaneers the Buccaneers and the Cardinals in danger. So Seahawks are not in danger.
Yeah.
The Rams are only in danger if they lose to the Seahawks. And then
if you think the Cardinals have 2 divisional games, and if we think they lose one and go to 9-7, I think they take one and lose one. 49ers Rams they play. So I think they go 9-7. If you're saying the Bears go 9-7 as well, then that puts 1, 2, 3.
Let's work out who Tampa Bay are playing.
That puts Cardinals on 3-3 divisionally.
Yeah, it puts them both on 3-3 divisionally.
Yeah, and there's no tiebreaker, so it's going to go down to strength of schedule.
I think you're right. I think it stays the way. The Buccaneers have Lions and then Falcons. I can't see them losing both. They would have to lose both to lose
I can't see that.
And I can't see that happening. Interestingly, though, this will be a really interesting scenario. If if the Rams lose to the Seahawks,
Yeah.
and then lose. So if the Rams lose to the Seahawks,
Yeah.
they're on 9-6. If the Buccaneers
Yeah.
lose, they're on 9-6. If the Cardinals win, they're on 9-6.
Yeah.
If the who do the Bears play? If the Bears beat the Jaguars, they're on
8-7.
8-7. And that
However,
puts us,
you can't have every team lose that because you'll have Cardinals.
well, that's what I'm saying. Because it then gets really interesting because
Yeah, because Cardinals Rams play on the very last
Yeah.
week.
Because if the Cardinals beat the Rams, they both go to 9-7, but the Cardinals have the division tiebreaker.
Yeah.
The Buccaneers then play the Falcons. If they win, they go to 10. If they lose, they go to 3-3, which would be the same
Yeah.
as the Rams in
Yeah.
the division. If the Bears win against the Packers, they're 3-3 in their division, and it'll be
Yeah.
9-7. So, so basically,
So
all
that
of these
could potentially go down to strength of schedule.
it could, but it's unlikely.
If the Bears
Washington,
win.
Packers, Saints, Seahawks, Rams, Cardinals, Bucks. It's a bit. Yeah, I think you're right, Matt. I think it's at the moment it's pretty set because all of these teams
Yeah.
are playing teams with losing records and are almost guaranteed a win. And that's basically
Apart from the Cardinals and Rams, who play each other.
That's basically it for the Rams, Buccaneers, Cardinals, and Bears. They need to win
Yeah.
out to get in because if any of them loses, so if the Rams lose to the Seahawks and then the Cardinals,
Yeah.
they're on 9-7 and have worse divisional record than the Cardinals.
Yeah.
And then if the Bears win both of theirs, they've got a better divisional record, or they've got the same divisional record as the Rams, and then it goes to strength of schedule.
Yeah.
And the same with the Buccaneers. If they lose, in the unlikely event they lose to the Lions and the Falcons, I could see the Falcons wanting revenge. But in the unlikely event that they lose both of those, again, they have the same strength of schedule.
There is still potential for the Eagles to win the NFC East.
There's still potential for the Cowboys as well.
Yeah, Cowboys have a better record though.
And for the Giants. The NFC East is still open for debate. I think Washington are the better team. But
I think they'll take it. Yeah.
yeah.
I think 1 and 2 are fairly locked, in my opinion.
Yeah.
However, I would be open to seeing the Saints lose and the Rams taking that spot. Or the Seahawks taking that spot.
I think the Rams are going to struggle to take that spot, personally.
But yeah, I think if the Seahawks don't win, then Saints get that 2 seed.
I think Washington are my pick. Saints Chiefs Super Bowl. I could see that happening. Yeah.
Yeah, I could.
I think the Saints. I think, like you said, Sam, the Saints look uncomfortable now, but give Drew Brees a couple of weeks and then a playoff game. I think, especially one at home. I think
that's why I'm wanting them to not win games.
Yeah.
Because I think they're the one team who's going to be the biggest threat to the Packers getting to the Super Bowl.
Yeah. I think the Chiefs' biggest problem will be the Bills, and if the Bills keep their momentum going, that will be really scary.
Yeah.
But ultimately, I can't see the Chiefs losing.
No. Some playoff picture stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So, Packers have already won the NFC North.
Yeah.
Saints and Seahawks have already got playoff berths.
Mm-hmm.
Cardinals clinched the playoffs with a win and a Chicago loss. Or tie. Packers clinched first round bye with a win and Seattle loss.
Okay.
Or a tie, New Orleans loss or tie.
Nice try, Matt. Nice try.
And Seattle loss or tie.
Yeah.
As long as both New Orleans and Seattle don't tie. Also, yeah, I'm pretty sure we can clinch it with a New Orleans loss.
Yes.
But that might come down to
no, you don't
division.
get it with a... Oh, I see what you mean. Yeah. Okay.
It goes to division before direct tiebreaker, doesn't it? I think.
We're gonna find out.
Yeah. So if Seattle loses and Green Bay win, then we've got the first round bye. Basically, if we win, we get the first round bye.
Do you? No, that's not guaranteed either.
No, but
because first round bye is only one team.
Yeah, I know, but it's if the Seahawks win out, which I don't see happening.
This might just be the weirdest season. It is. It's the first season with 7 playoff teams as well. It's going to be fascinating.
Yeah.
I don't quite understand how we're going to get it.
Rams clinch playoff with a win.
Yeah.
Or Chicago loss, or Arizona win. Saints clinch the NFC South with a win, or Tampa Bay loss, or both tie. Seahawks clinch the NFC West with a win.
Yes.
Oh,
do they?
Tampa Bay.
Okay.
Yeah. Tampa Bay clinches playoff berth with a win or Chicago loss.
Yeah.
Washington clinches the NFC East with a win and a New York Giant loss. Or a tie, New York Giant loss, and Philly-Dallas game tie.
Okay. In other words, as it all boils down to this fantastically competitive season, if a team wants to get into playoffs, they need to win.
Yeah.
That's the only guarantee here this week, so it's going to be really fascinating. And most of the teams that are in playoff places, we have said they're going to win this week, but I think there's chance for a couple of upsets.
Definitely.
I think I can see the Giants. I can see the Giants upsetting the Ravens. I can see.
I really want the Vikings to beat the Saints.
I can see the Vikings upsetting the Saints.
I really want that to happen.
I can see Jaguars upsetting the Bears. I can see Texans upsetting kind of the Titans in a couple of weeks.
That whole NFC West is kind of
that could go any direction.
That's all up for grabs, really, which is really interesting.
It's going to be. It's going to be fascinating. I'm looking forward to it all. Really looking forward to it all.
Yeah.
I think that's all we have.
There's a little bit of news.
Oh, go on.
Kevin Green died during the week.
Yeah.
Which was really sad. Died quite young as well. He was 58.
Yeah.
Which was really sad to see.
Yeah, always sad when a legend goes.
Yeah. He's third all-time in sacks.
Wow, crazy. I love his blonde kind of moustache. It's glorious.
Texans have met with Jim Caldwell.
Yes, I saw that. That's not
for a potential head coach interview. That would be pretty good.
I really don't hate that.
No.
I think that would be a really good. Jim Caldwell was head coach of the Lions and got them to a bunch of kind of playoff appearances before they fired him.
They fired him for going kind of like 7-9 or something.
Yeah, it was very odd.
Yeah. Jets have partnered with a few organisations as next steps in social justice initiatives.
Yeah, which we love.
Applaud. Well done.
Applaud.
More teams should do it.
They should. They've got the money.
Yeah.
Not that everything comes down to money, but if you've got the money and the opportunities to make change,
yeah,
I don't think there's any excuse not to.
Yeah, exactly. If you can do something.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Lions have closed their facility after 2 positive tests.
Okay.
Just
Yeah.
But we'll keep an eye on that. Well, they're going to lose to the Bucks anyway, so it doesn't matter too much.
Yes, we're expecting them to.
Yeah.
I can see that being an upset as well, actually.
Yeah.
We were going to talk about the TikToks. No, the only thing I was just going to say is that I think the TikToks have just led the Steelers wide receivers to get cocky, and actually that cockiness has led them to to some bad sportsmanship, such as dancing on the team's logo, and actually that bad sportsmanship has given the other teams fuel to beat them. I think actually.
Yeah.
I think actually that. I think it's really fascinating. You can just say Juju. It's not just Juju; it's Chase Claypool and things like.
Yeah, it has been. Yeah, they've got more TikToks than they have like catches or something at this point.
Or at least Juju does this season.
Yeah. It's crazy. So yeah. Michael Thomas went on IR this week.
Shame. Okay. Steelers are losing because of TikToks. I don't think they're losing directly because of TikToks. It's just more that it's giving fuel to they're doing kind of being showmen and kind of slightly cocky for their TikToks, and that's giving other teams fuel to giving other teams fuel. Like you see the videos of Josh Allen and Von Bell and things of saying that saying like they're allowed to dance on our logo. We're not gonna so we're just gonna go beat them. Like
did you see Juju get smacked by the Von Bell? It was smacked and the fumble and everything.
Also, poor referee.
Joe Mixon might have returned. I was just going to say, he's not ready. So he can make it back this season, and has the potential to, but it doesn't look like it'll be in the next week.
Yeah. No, they don't get penalties for bad sportsmanship because it's before the game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is kind of okay.
Yeah. I think that's everything we have to talk about.
I'm currently trying to see if anyone's going to return from injury.
Oh yeah, go on, have a look.
It'll take me a while, but because on Tuesday we don't get much as to whether players will play or not.
No.
Because even if they are questionable, that doesn't give us. It's the Friday designation really that tells us are they going to play, are they not going to play.
Yeah.
So a lot of players will carry the questionable designation throughout the week and then be okay on the Friday. So yeah, that's why we're always kind of slightly off on the injury front.
Yeah.
Trey White is currently questionable.
Trey White, okay.
Yeah. For the Bills, as is Diggs.
Those could be issues
which could be big.
If they continue. The likelihood of that continuing.
Brian Burns is currently questionable, as is Christian McCaffrey, so he might return.
Okay.
Let's have a look at more players. Cordero Patterson is currently questionable. Tyler Boyd is currently questionable. That's concussion protocol. So that should be fairly easy to keep up with. Right. Zeke is questionable.
Okay, so Zeke
with calf injury.
Yeah.
But I doubt that that's going to be too bad.
Falcons lost.
Gallup is currently questionable.
Falcons loss put them at 4th pick. Panthers at 5.
Does it?
Yeah. Chargers are at 8. That's
they've got the same. I've got Carolina above Atlanta on strength of schedule.
Oh, interesting. Okay, my list has them at 4.
Okay.
Anyway, sorry. Yeah, I think that's it.
Yeah.
So,
Bradley Chubb's questionable, but yeah, lots of injuries. Kittle, sorry, I'll have a look at that.
Kittle.
San Fran. He's currently on IR. I remember seeing he's not going to return this season.
Yes, I think.
He has a shot at coming back. Jimmy G's out for the remainder.
Yeah. Sorry for fantasy people. Good luck in your fantasy finals this week.
Yeah.
I am not in mine. I'm battling for 5th place.
Third here. Battling for third here.
So
lost the semi-final.
Yeah, so good luck to everyone
Yeah.
in those. And I think that's the end of our stream.
Yeah.
Thank you so
It's
much to
been
everyone.
a long one.
It's been a long one. We've had a lot to talk about.
Yeah.
Thank you everyone for joining us, for new followers. Oh, an extra new follower. There's just thank you Max NL16.
Nice.
Yeah.
Just thank you. Yeah.
Thank you for joining us. So thank you for new followers and followers who have always been here and everything. I finally got around to uploading things onto YouTube, so woo! So yeah, followers, if you want to go back and watch old streams, or so the recent ones will be on Twitch, older ones are on YouTube, and yeah, follow us on Instagram.
If you want to go see if you want to go see how silly we looked in week 5, then
yeah, go see our awful predictions earlier in the year.
Yeah.
And you can see Matt's comments saying the Steelers going 16-0. I think we said it, so that's
Yeah.
So yeah, we will see you. Follow us on Instagram's the other one if you want to keep up to date.
I have attached that to our bio. On Twitch. I couldn't see it on the mobile, so it might have problems there, but it's there on laptop.
Yeah. I'm slowly posting more regularly. But I definitely post every time we're doing a stream. If you don't see a post, there won't be a stream. So.
Yeah.
But I like to keep you updated, so I will do.
Yeah. And as always, if you have any questions, message us during the week.
We get some people messaging our Instagram saying, like, I shouldn't have said the Steelers were 16-0.
Yes.
But yeah, things like that. Just feel free to hit us up. We just love chatting with you guys, and thank you for making this possible. And we will see you.
Next week. Goodbye.